Jesus Christ is truly present in the Blessed Sacrament everywhere in the world. No matter where we travel, we can visit Him in the Eucharist. We can also receive Him in Holy Communion to strengthen our souls. When we arrive in a new town or city, we should make visiting Jesus in the Eucharist one of the first things we do. What is Holy Communion? Holy Communion is receiving Jesus Christ in the sacrament of the Holy Eucharist. Communion means joining together or sharing something. In Holy Communion, Jesus and our soul come very close together, and we share in the Lord's special meal. When Napoleon was at the height of his power, a general once asked him what the happiest day of his life was. Instead of naming a great victory, he said, "The happiest day of my life was my first Holy Communion, because that was when I came closest to God." Jesus told us to receive Holy Communion when He said, "Unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink His blood, you will not have life in you." John chapter 6 verse 54. Holy Communion is food for our souls. It increases God's grace in us. During a persecution of Christians in China, even non-believers noticed the strength of the Christian martyrs. Though they were beaten and tortured, they stayed strong and fearless. The pagans said, "These people must have eaten that Eucharistic bread. It gives power to their souls." We do not have to receive Holy Communion under both forms, bread and wine. Receiving only one form is enough, because Jesus is fully present in each. In the Latin Rite, the one most of us follow, the people receive only the host. This is a rule of church discipline, not a teaching of faith, so practices have changed over time. In Eastern rites, both kinds are still given to the people. Our current practice is simpler and easier for our needs. Spiritual communion is when we earnestly wish to receive Jesus even though we cannot receive Him in the sacrament. We can make a spiritual communion anytime and anywhere. It should be done at Mass and when visiting the Blessed Sacrament. It brings us grace and unites us with Christ spiritually. When must we receive Holy Communion? We must receive Holy Communion once each year during the Easter season, and also when we are in danger of death. Jesus commanded us to receive Holy Communion. The Church makes this a serious obligation by requiring us to receive it at Easter. This is called the Paschal Communion, or the Easter duty. But the Church really wants us to receive communion much more often than once a year. The obligation to receive communion begins when a child reaches the age of reason, usually around age 7. The 7th year starts on the 6th birthday. A child does not need perfect understanding, just enough to know what Holy Communion is. A child should be prepared to receive the sacrament. He does not need to know the whole catechism. He only needs a basic knowledge of the main truths of the faith and a respectful attitude. Most importantly, he should know what Holy Communion is and who he is receiving. Pope Pius X is called the Children's Pope because he restored the early Christian practice of allowing young children to receive communion once they reached the age of reason. In some places, children had been made to wait until age 12. People who are in danger of death must receive Holy Communion. If someone is seriously sick, a priest should be called right away. Children who are dying should also receive communion, as long as they can tell the difference between regular food and the Eucharist and treat it with reverence. Why should we receive Holy Communion often, even every day? Receiving Holy Communion often is good because being closely united with Jesus, the source of holiness and grace, helps us live a holy life. Good Catholics should receive communion at least once a month, or better, every time they go to Mass. Very devoted Catholics receive communion daily. Just as the body needs food, the soul needs spiritual nourishment. A story is told about a young man who claimed he loved his father and would even die for him. But when told his father was waiting to see him in the next room, he said he was too busy and could wait a year. Many Catholics act like this toward Jesus when they receive communion only at Easter. If we are properly prepared, we can receive communion every day except Good Friday. Early Christians did this. People who receive communion daily do not need to go to confession every day. Confession once a week or twice a month is usually enough, unless they commit a mortal sin, in which case they should confess right away. Some people say they are not good enough for daily communion. But the Eucharist is not a reward for being good, it is meant to help us become better. As long as someone is in a state of grace and has the right intention, he should receive communion as often as possible. The Eucharist was made not for angels, but for human beings. We may receive Holy Communion only once a day, unless we are dying and receive the Viaticum. Holy Communion is normally given during Mass or right before or after it. It may be given at any hour when Mass may be celebrated, whether morning or afternoon, as long as the Eucharistic fast is kept.